go. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. This is Cheri from Serenity Gardens with
Jennifer Ott of My Thyme Gardens.
And today we're going to talk about, I would say probably one of the the top 3 tasks that you should take on in the spring, and that is edging your garden beds. But before we get into that, would like to talk about how you prepare to do the edging, because you need the right tools. Mm-hmm. And I've got specifically a half moon edger. That's what that looks like. That's what I prefer to use. So as with a lot of garden tasks, there are many tools to do the same job, and it really comes down to gardener preference on what it is that they prefer to use. So you're going to need something with a flat edge.
This one's a flat edge, and
that's what you prefer to use, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, what do you prefer to use?
This is what a lot of people use.
What do you prefer to use?
I prefer to use just a regular shovel.
Oh, wow.
I know,
okay.
It's got the curved edge and everything.
That's a no-go for me.
But... I know. I'm kind of weird, but the reason why for me is this curved edge goes into, I have hard clay here. And so I find that I can maneuver this better than the half moon. I've tried the half moon. Maybe I haven't tried the right one, so I might try Cheri's today. But
you got to sharpen them. That's the other thing. Your tools should be clean and sharp, which
it's not quite. Yeah, this is a little dirty. I mean, it was using this, but yes. So I use this, and again, it kind of does create that fluted look, but I know how to work it so that I just do every half. I don't go all the way, and so I still keep a pretty straight edge. But this will be fun to see how Cheri does it, different from how Jen does it. And then we wanted to talk to you about some of the other gear that we like to have.
Yes, so me personally, I always have to use garden gloves, and these are my favorite. They're Atlas gloves. You can order them on Amazon, and I usually get them 10 pair at a time. The reason I use gloves is there's many reasons. Well, when I was gardening professionally, certain clients would use maybe pesticides or herbicides, and I didn't want to have that in contact with my skin. Also, if you ever came in contact with anything like poison ivy, anything with pickers, it just protected your skin. And also when you've got things that have sharp edges, even though this is down on the ground, I mean,
things can happen.
Things can happen, and they do happen.
Things can happen. We've cut off
fingers.
Lots of glove,
I'd rather
tips.
Slip the glove tip than the tip of my finger.
Yes.
So,
yes.
There's that, and I also recommend, and like I said, when I was gardening professionally, I would tell the people that work on my crews, you need to have good supportive shoes to protect your feet, and something with a no-slip bottom, because 9 times out of 10 there's some sort of moisture in the garden, something that's slippery, whether it's mud or water or slippery surface that you're walking on, and you need to have that traction. So and I did find, I'm glad that you mentioned supportive, because we would often have our crew starting out would wear tennis shoes, and it doesn't cut it for working in the garden for a long time. You really do need that support, and it affects your whole body. Like, it didn't seem like tennis shoes would affect your whole body, but it does affect your whole body. So so should we start talking about edging and why we edge? Edging is basically defining where the garden begins and the turf ends. And it gives that it's a defining edge.
Nice clean border.
Things up, and a lot of times, even if there's a zillion weeds in the garden bed, if you put a nice fresh cut edge on there, it just leads your eye, and it's very pleasing. So.
It seems like the garden is all in order if you have a nice clean edge.
Pretty amazing.
So
all right, do you want me
to show us how you do it. And
well, interestingly enough, I usually go from left to right, so I'm going to just start here, because I go along like this. Times then what I end up doing is going along and pulling all that out.
You can see here we have some leaves left on the edges of our beds, and we actually like the leaves in our beds, so we're going to leave those and just kind of put them further into the bed.
We can pull out the grass.
And again, my ground here has a lot of clay, so we're,
yeah, it just kind of cleans that edge up.
It does. It looks so nice.
A lot of times when you just have grass, I just throw it into the grass and let it replant. Yep.
Oh, I love that.
And people just, depending on where you are. So, yeah.
Great. So can you? Oh yeah. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna move this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna move this phone so you can see. So here you can see the difference. And it just creates this really nice trough edge here. See how nice and defined that bed is here?
So then the turf can't jump back into the bed because turf can't, obviously, the roots can't grow through the air.
Yep. Keeps it a nice clean edge. So that's our first garden task.
When your turf guy, whoever that is, if it, they come along and they weed whip or they bring the mower along there, that gives them they know where to go.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. So I'm going to just show you. Yeah, this is part 2. Come on in here, Cheri, and I'm just going to show how I do with like Cheri already created her defined edge. I do the same thing. And then I also pull out usually most of this. Because most of this, I usually am trying to make my beds bigger. So
why would you do that? That's more to take care
of. Because I always have things I want to put in. There's never enough garden space. So there you go. This is one of the things, I don't know if you can see, but there is a little tab right here. And so I would probably come back in here and feather that in. There you go. Jen and Cheri together. 2 different methods. So thanks.